I cannot stand the way you look.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live. I am here for your weekly winner announcements. Okay, everybody. So I'm going to give folks a chance to recognize that I'm live, and anyone that wants to pop in is welcome. If you would like to book a reading with me, you are welcome. At the end of the winner announcements, I will open the door for questions. If anyone would like to purchase a question reading, you are welcome to do that. Each question is $11.11. You can either purchase with me via Cash App, or you can go to my website, and I accept debit, credit. Also, I think it accepts like Apple Pay. I also have Venmo and PayPal options available, okay, for others. And so, yeah, if you guys would like to have a personal question reading, one question reading, two questions, it's $11.11 each. And there is a link to make it easy for you guys. If you just want to go to my website, there's a link. If you go in the description box below, then you should be able to see it. I don't see anyone in the building right now, so I'm really just kind of talking to thin air, but it's okay. It is okay. So the algorithms will not work if you don't work. Do you know what I mean? And so I am going live so that I can boost my algorithms in this area. All right. That way, hopefully, the channel will start being more publicly put out there and viewed. You see what I mean? So I know how it works. You just got to do what we got to do here. So for those of you who are watching this on the replay, I highly encourage you guys to hit that like button. And those of you that are joining, welcome. And feel free to hit that like button, guys, when you come in the room. Even if you don't stay, even if you don't stay for very long, please hit the like button. It does help, okay? It does help. So I'm getting ready to get to these winner announcements, okay? If y'all are ready, I'm ready. And everybody, just so you are aware, of everybody who is new, I do these announcements bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks, typically on a Friday. But typically any day on that weekend is when I typically will announce the winners. So the weekend is the best time for me to go live, and I like to make the winner announcements live. Okay. I just do. It's my way of thanking you guys for being a part of the channel, for representing the channel and doing your part. Anyone who, puts a yellow heart in the comment section, that is showing me love. Anybody that, puts a hashtag in the comment section, you're showing me love. You know what I mean? It's so weird and awkward to have the kind of views and the percentages on like my time watched. I have people that will literally sit through and watch the entire video, but won't hit that like button. And it's just a show of camaraderie, respect, almost like a roll call. Like, hey, I'm here, I'm in the building. Hit the like button. Okay. It doesn't pay me. It doesn't do any of those things. However, it does help to notify others and put that thumbnail out there. That is it. That is all. And then once it picks up, YouTube will take it upon themselves to also put your videos out there to a wider audience. That's all it's about. It's not giving me any extra pennies in my pocket. I know there are just a lot of haters out there that just don't want to see another person succeed, but that doesn't matter to me. I am manifesting what I need to manifest at this point in my journey. So it's all been a learning phase. And also, I have had some audio issues, and that has pretty much been identified. So I know exactly what's going on when that happens, and I know what to look for, you guys. So until I get moved into my studio, where I will have everything. There'll be all new connections, the wiring, everything will be different. The setup will be a lot different as well. And so I know there will be less interference. Okay. Um, but in the area where I am right now, there's a lot of interference going on. And plus, it's just a lot. I'll explain a lot of it to you guys once I get moved into the studio fully. Okay, you'll understand once I do as well. So just kind of give me that grace and allow me a little time to get situated. And once I do, I'm gonna pour my heart out to you guys. Okay. But I'm just being respectful of the position that I'm in at this current moment and kind of being in between spaces and places, not fully all the way there. And, so I'm just being mindful and respectful of what I'm doing and where I am. Okay. Before I get all off into other topics, let's just keep it a buck. All right. Y'all will understand later. I know I say that a lot, but I really mean it, and you really, really will, because all three of my channels will definitely are going to flourish. Okay, once I get situated. The weather is supposed to be really weird, which I'm waiting for because I love like really bad weather. It hasn't happened yet. However, I do see some kind of alerts going on. So if I get kind of like, if I pause a little bit, I'm just checking the alerts. So hold on for just 1 second, actually, so that I can see if I need to go in the basement or anything. No, I think the weather has cooled down immensely to the point where we don't even have to worry about the alerts right now. So that's a good thing. Yeah. But there's wild weather across the country right now, I'm sure. All right, you guys. Let's do the winner announcement. So again, bi-weekly winner announcements. You guys check out my other two channels, okay? Tarot Talk Live, and that is more of a conspiracy theory, true crime, tarot related energy, unsolved crime, mystery type tarot related channel, and also interactive. I do take questions from my audience and my subscribers. So my subscribers have an opportunity to ask questions that get asked during special lives that I do. So that's something fun and different that I do on that channel. So yeah, we do that over there. And then my other channel, She Reads Tarot, I read for all 12 signs, and I do monthly readings right now. Once I get moved over to the studio, you guys, I will be adding in weekly and daily readings. Okay. So I'm going to be upping the ante a whole lot. Okay. Time frames are going to be a lot different. You will have a lot more readings, you store for you guys. Lots of things will change when I get moved. Okay. I promise lots will change. I'm in the process of moving right now. I have not fully transitioned all of my belongings because I have quite a bit. So, but I'm just doing things in an organized way. I don't like, it's not like I have to be out in the next 2 days, 10 days, 2 weeks. So I'm just kind of taking my time and making sure that I'm leaving organized. I'm not taking anything with me that I don't want. Everything that I need to get rid of, I'm getting rid of. I'm cleaning things that need to be cleaned before I take them into my new place. I'm being very, what is the word? Discretionary. I don't know. I'm just really, really um, paying attention to what I'm bringing in, the energy that I'm bringing into my new place. I don't want to bring any negative, stagnant, nothing from the past. Everything new. Okay? Everything new. All right. So, winners. Winner number one. Winner number one. So the winner will receive a 3-question personal reading with me. Okay. Now we can either do a phone reading, all right, or we can do a video reading where we do like a live video where I'll send you a link and you can, log on and we can share screens, or um, I can do a pre-recorded video reading for you. So it's your choice, whatever you choose. Or if you want a text reading or email, you know what I'm saying? I can do that as well. Okay. So it's up to you. It's up to you. I'm expanding my horizons so that you guys have more options and just making it easier. All right, so let's go ahead. Winner number one. And if you are a winner, if I call your name, please, you guys, email me. Email me at queencancertarot@gmail.com. My email address is on every single one of my thumbnails. Okay? Every single one of my thumbnails. You can find my email address in the description box as well. All right. So winner number one. Winner number one, we have Gordon Enriquez. Wow, Gordon, it's been a while. Hello, Gordon. One of my lovely subscribers. And it's been a minute since you have won, Gordon. But congratulations, Gordon. Reach out to me, send me an email. You know the deets. And if you don't, everything is below. And it's on the thumbnail, queencancertarot@gmail.com. And I will be changing the thumbnail for this once I go off live. Let me see if I even have it monetized, which I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Okay. So I do. Okay, there we go. Hey guys, I'm here. All right. So Gordon Henriquez is winner number one. All right. So thank you, Gordon. I miss you, Gordon. It's been a while. All right, you guys. So I'm announcing the winners right now for the 3-question reading. But if you are interested in a question reading with me, let me know. Put your information over in the chat. Let me open up the chat. I can even see the chat even if there was a comment. Okay, now I can see the chat, you guys. All right. So if you would like to have a question, put your name over in the chat. I will be taking your questions right after I am done announcing the winners and rambling. All right, winner number 2. All right, Gordon Henriquez was winner number 1, and now I'm getting ready to pull the second winner. Hold on. And we have Brandy Maxfield. Congratulations, Brandy. Brandy Maxfield. Whoop, whoop. You're a winner. You're a winner, my love. Email me at queencancertarot@gmail.com. So we've got Gordon Henriquez, and we have Brandy Maxfield. Brandy with an I. Maxfield. Congratulations to the both. Please be sure to email me. I do not email my people. My people have to email me because I think it's harassment. It just feels so weird. It's not good ethics, I don't believe either, as a reader. All right? I'm not doing that kind of business. All right, so energy leads my people to me anyways, y'all. So I'm always before the right people, and I definitely pray, and I'm definitely protected, and I definitely ground my energy before I do a reading. I like to know who I'm dealing with, the energy that I'm, working with. I'm very cautious, and all money isn't good, and I have a right to not accept or do a reading at any time, just like you have a right to choose any reader that you want to listen to out of the thousands and thousands of readers there are out there. You hear me? So everything that comes to me is for me. So that's why I don't cry or whine. If I get one person to ever drop in my life, baby, my purpose has been fulfilled. Okay. It is what it is. And you never know when, you never know where, you never know how, and sometimes all it is one open door, and it can lead you in many different places. That's why I asked you guys to make sure you hit that like button, because that one like, you may feel like you're not missing that like. Yeah, I really kind of am, because that one like will notify 5 to 10 perhaps more people, and they have a right to either join in, see what it's about, or keep it moving. You hear me? It is what it is, but everybody has that right as well. So I'm very respectful of that. I don't harass people for likes, but I also feel like I don't ask enough either, because I should. And so, last but not least, I have the final winner in my hand, y'all. So we have, let's go over the winners again, just to kind of build up the apprehension here, or the anxiety. So I have Gordon Enriquez, winner number 1. Gordy. And Gordy has been a member of the channel, y'all, since, I don't know, it was that second year. I think it was like maybe the early part of that second year. I remember Gordon because he was just so amazing and motivating and wonderful. And right before my channel kind of blew up, you guys, I was getting like 30 50 subscribers, a day or every 2 days. It was wild. It was the success. It was great. But that's because YouTube was promoting, YouTube was putting my thumbnails out there in different places. You hear me? I wasn't marketing, I wasn't any of that. I was just doing my readings on a regular basis. Okay. The sound was pretty good. The quality, everything was great. So yeah, algorithms were kicking in. But folks were liking the videos as well. So please hit that like button. Thank you. Now, winner number 3. Here you go. So we've got Gordon Henriquez. We've got Brandy with an I, Maxfield. Winner number 3. Who are we? Are you? Hold on. Y'all, the anticipation. You gotta be ready to slap me right now. Okay, here it is. It's upside down. Oh, wow. Okay. Lace Kitty Couture. You are a frequent flyer. Okay, between you and D, I don't know who is like winning the most. My girl D is typically top of the list because her name has got to be in here hundreds of times. You hear me? But yeah, Lace Kitty Couture, you got some mojo on your name, girlfriend, because you are a winner. Again, email me, Lace Kitty Couture, send me an email, sweetheart, so that you can book your reading, okay? And when you guys email me, if you want, you can send me your questions. All right. And, if you just want me to get started on your reading and you want like a video reading or something like that, just send me your questions. If you want to book a reading with me, send me the best availability, like the best 3 times, like pick three dates and times or whatever, and send that to me, and I will let you know what works the best. Okay. So there's that. All right. I think that covers it for the winners. All right. So we have, once again, Gordon Henriquez, Gordon Henriquez. And we have Brandy with an I, Maxfield. And we have Laced Kitty Couture. Laced Kitty Couture. There you go. So congratulations to all 3 of the winners, to all the winners, and everybody that participates on this channel. I love all of you guys. There it is. I would still be a channel, but I really wouldn't be much of a channel, I'll tell you that. But I would still be here because I feel like my purpose is just doing what I'm led to do and speaking the truth that I see and showing and expressing my gift as I am learning what my gift is. You know what I mean? Because I am still really by this entire lifestyle because it's amazing. It's amazing. And I say that only because looking on the inside out, I know the readings that I've had with people. I know the clarity and the answers that I have been able to provide to folks, and that it has really brought hope and healing. And I can't ask for anything more. Like the emails that I've gotten after the readings, like even after I've done the initial reading and they gave me their feedback after the reading, like they will come back to me and will write emails. You know what I mean? Like literally long ass emails that are detailed. And it is so amazing the things that I have read, the things that people have shared and expressed and told me how readings have resonated with them other things that I've been shown by the Holy Spirit throughout my life that I have always like wondered, you know, and it's being confirmed. It's being confirmed that yes, that's coming to pass. That what I showed you is coming to pass. You have the gift of seeing. I will show you this, and you will see it as it will occur. Now, there's always something, one thing that's always different every single time. Like if I do like a remote viewing, if I'm in a spiritual sleep or slumber in a state where I'm being shown things by the Holy Spirit, there's always something that is veiled, should I say, that I'm not quite getting it the way it is going to come to pass. There's one thing that's different. So, yeah, I haven't really grasped that fully. I'm still working on why that is. There's a reason for that. However, still, everything else and the whole idea of what I'm seeing, it always comes to pass the way it needs to. So I've been shown a lot of different things. I talk about a lot of it on my other channel, Tarot Talk Live. All right, and I go into depth on that channel, and I will be, because I'm also going to be talking about dreams on that channel. We're going to go into depth talking about dreams, spiritual dreams, people who have gifts of seeing things and spirit, discernment, okay, which I also have a very strong gift of discernment to the point of I can look at someone and see whether or not there are spirits attached and what type of spirit this person has going on. So yeah, it's pretty heavy. It started when I was a little kid, just based on the things that my grandmother and my mom would tell me about me when I was a baby, a little, baby kid, baby toddler. Just how I didn't like certain men, and especially all men that wore hats. And this is my father, of course. But all men that wore hats was an issue to me. And it's been a recurring dream that I used to have as a child. I don't have it anymore. But yes, that hat is very, what is the word, synonymous with many nightmares that I've had that were spiritual dreams that I'm recognizing now. Okay, so it's a lot, it's deep, but my life has been one long spiritual journey. It's been a spiritual path, a spiritual journey or path that I've been on. I've been watching myself on this path. So at least I know the path that I'm on. At least I know the path that I'm on. I have been shown. My gift did not come, let's say, the gift was not poured upon me until in its fullness, until after my son Kavion transitioned. He passed away. He was 5. He would have been 6 years old that year. And it was on Easter. On Easter. Okay. And when it happened, when we were in the hospital, when it happened, like the electricity went out. Literally. Those that were in prayer with their eyes closed didn't see the electricity go out, but those that had their eyes open and were kind of like looking around saw it happen. So definitely know there was a lot of spiritual power and energy that he carried. He was an earth angel. He never was able to walk or talk, feed himself, sit up on his own. but he was very special. He was able to communicate with me. I knew what he was saying, certain sounds or movements. It's just a mother knows. So yeah, years of taking care of him. He had therapy all day. Different therapists would come in and out of our home. That's how progressive his condition was. So you get to know your child when you are doing that high level of care, um, 24/7 his entire life. I had a little bit of respite. There were times where I had respite available, um, or times where he was in the hospital, too sick for me to care for him, and he had to be in the hospital. So that was kind of like the only time where I was in his primary. But other than that, that was my baby. And you get very spiritually connected when you're providing that level of care, and especially when you know that a child is progressively transitioning, you know what I mean? Or they give them a diagnosis. You don't, the doctors do, of course, but still, a diagnosis and a prognosis is just that. Okay, that's all it is. But it is something that is on the mind of a parent. Okay. And I went through that journey for 5.5 years, being told that I may go into, you know, get him up in the morning and he may not be with me. Like, doctors literally told me that from the time he was like 8, 9 months old until, you know what I mean? The time of his passing, pretty much. I pretty much told him to stop telling me. I didn't really need to hear their their prognosis in words, because I knew that his condition was it. I feel like it was spiritually allowed. Okay. That's all I can say. Spiritually allowed. He didn't, yeah. And everyone who played a part in his life, the energy that they put into his care, they are energetically, karmically receiving the benefits. And if they didn't, and I don't know, but really just like a couple of individuals really that just didn't, they are karmically receiving the karma from not putting into his care and his life. But for myself, I received one of the ultimate blessings, and it was a miracle. He literally came into my bedroom after he had passed inside of a bubble. The kind of bubbles that you blow on, you see the kids with the bubbles outside, you blow. It was that kind of a bubble, but it was like a gigantic bubble, big enough for his form to be in. And he was smiling. He seemed so free. He didn't seem restricted at all. His limbs weren't stiff. He had very hypertonic arms and leg muscles, but his trunk was very, you know, hypotonic, basically. There was like he didn't have any strength in his spinal trunk muscles, his neck. He couldn't hold up, he couldn't sit up on his own, that sort of thing. But his arms and legs were stiff like boards, and he literally had to have therapy, physical therapy, and I would have to massage his body to keep him relaxed so that if he sneezed, he wouldn't hurt and have spasms that were painful that made him cry. I recognized that and I was able to watch him and know when he was about to sneeze, and I would like massage his temples, so that it wouldn't cause him to have like spasms and pains that would go through his head. So that was a thing that we would do. And then I would massage his arms and his legs, give him warm baths daily, and put healing cream so that his skin was always supple and never dry, or peeling or cracking, because he had IVs and a lot of that stuff when he would go in the hospital. So I didn't want him to be in pain or have sores or anything. And also because he wasn't like ambulatory, he was not, he wasn't able to move around. I wanted him to have top level care. I didn't even want him to have an itch on his back that I didn't know about because he couldn't communicate or tell me. You know what I mean? So I was constantly providing therapeutic care and touch to him. Getting a little emotional because I haven't talked about this in a long time, but I did that. And through that level of care, we bonded. And on a spiritual level, I was shown where he would be. 2 years, 2.5 years. It was like he was a year and a half. So that means it was 3 years later would be when he passed away. After I was able to pretty much go to heaven with him and be shown where he would be, where he was going, the place that was prepared for him and us, actually, and where he would be, and he would wait for me. And if I didn't want to go back, I didn't have to go back, but I wanted to go back, and I wanted him to go back. So he came back with me reluctantly, but he had to go back, and he did when it was his time. And I had to let him go, but he didn't leave until I told him it was okay and that I would be there. So listen, that right there. And I was the only parent that was there for him his entire life. So that it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, but God blessed me because he came to me after he passed away. I was mourning him. I had received a package in the mail from one of the home societies where he would get respite care. They had mailed his Blues jersey to me in a package, a bubble wrap package. When I opened it, it literally was as if he was inside of the package. It literally smelled exactly like him. So that day, and I believe it was on his birthday, I literally had a very difficult night, and sleeping was very difficult, but I finally got to sleep. When I did, I was I was like in between sleep, how you wake up and you're not really awake, but you're not still asleep. So it was then that the bubble appeared. Before that, though, I had been woken up by a device in the other room that was playing the song Here Comes the Bride, I believe. It was like the wedding song. My aunt had purchased everybody radios, these handheld radios, and it had an alarm on it. But for whatever reason, for the first time ever, it went off on the night of his birthday, right? And literally, when I went back to sleep, when I woke up again in that state, is when he appeared. And he was smiling. He was in the bubble. He was in no pain. He was wearing a flannel shirt that, I very much recognized as soon as I saw him. And it was also a shirt that he was wearing in one of the few professional photographs that we had taken of him. So it was my vivid memory of him in a photo, but he was in the bubble. And the bubble was iridescent, just like it is when you blow it out, and you know how it's really shiny, and you can sometimes see the reflection in the bubble. It was exactly like that. It had all the properties. Like if you were to touch it, it would pop and be gone. It was that sensitive that I knew that I could not physically touch him. I knew that he was in such a state that he could not have any contact with me. You know what I mean? And it was beautiful because he literally was in no pain. He literally was smiling. He literally was telling me it was okay and that he was waiting and he was happy, And then I had another vision and I saw him all grown up. So, there are different things that I've been shown, nevertheless. But after that, I started having dreams, and the dreams that I was having were actually coming to pass. And I mean, like serious stuff. I had a dream about someone, and it ended up this person had cancer and went in the hospital, and it was a serious situation. They ended up being okay. But it was an alert. And I had this dream way before anyone even knew. So I literally was like a remote viewing. I was in a car, like I was being driven somewhere, like I was a passenger in a car. I couldn't see anyone in the car with me. It was as if I was in the car by myself. It almost looked like I was in the back seat in the middle, kind of like, how you were a kid and you used to like hang up on the front seat to hang over and look at your parents, and they'd tell you to sit back. It was like that. I was in the back seat of a car, remote viewing, being driven to this person's house. And when I got there, their wife came outside dressed in black. And it was like, and I was concerned that it was her, that she was sick or something was wrong. And she said, "No, it's not me. It's your daddy John." And that was my godfather. And she said, "It's your daddy John." And I woke up, and I'll tell you, I told my grandmother, I told my mom, and we went on with life. A few weeks later, after not seeing them for years, my mom and I think my grandmother ran into my godmother in the grocery store, and she let them know that my daddy John had cancer. So I don't, that's just one of, I can tell you stories. I have many, many, and I know that won't be the last. There's one that I just recently had that is a huge, huge situation for me. And all I can tell y'all right now is April 23rd. I can't tell you everything because it's a highly sensitive situation that I'm going through, but I will reveal it to you once it comes to pass. But I was shown in a dream the April 23rd was literally said out loud. And before going to bed, I literally cried and prayed to have a date. I wanted to be shown a time frame. And I Kid you not. The person in the dream said the date, April 23rd. I will tell you guys about it when it happens. However, it happens. I don't know if it'll be in April. I don't know if it'll be on the 23rd, but it's going to be relevant to April the 23rd. And I know, like I said, my son transitioned the month of April. So that month is significant to me. And the number 23 is very significant to me because of the situation. I'll tell you all about that later. But I love you guys, and I wanted to share that because that is huge, and that is pretty much at the core of who I am, the gift that I have, and why the gift that I have is literally a true gift from God. God has given me the gift of seeing, discernment. I am an empath. I don't know. I don't know if I'm psychic. I don't know. I'm still learning about things, but I don't consider myself a psychic. I don't have, I don't feel that I have the ability to do mediumship or anything like that. And I'm not looking for that. Goodness, I am not. I'm literally, my ears are ringing as I'm talking about it because I try not to talk about it because it's like one of those things that it's like, I'm not ready for that, you know? So, yeah. But I do know that I have the gift of seeing, the gift of dreaming, remote viewing, the gift of not predicting the future, but being shown things, and the gift of intuitive channeling. And also, of course, my intuition and my skills with tarot. That's all. And life. And that's it. And just my openness for all things spiritual. All right. Um, yeah. And I don't mean negative. I mean Holy Spirit. Okay. All right. So there is that, y'all, just so you know a little bit about me, a little bit about my gift, a little bit about where I got it from, where it comes from. It's not something that I just, figured out or studied on or, I don't know. Yeah, I did have to study some aspects of tarot now, of course, to learn about like all of the cards and the meanings and that. However, my intuition is my intuition. I can channel a message without ever picking up a deck of cards. As a matter of fact, many, many times, one time I walked into Quick Trip, which is a gas station. And there was a lady in front of me in line, and she had a little boy with her. And something, my ears are ringing again, but something led me, I felt like another little boy was missing. I don't know. I don't know, but I felt like, I'm like, there should be two of him. And I was like, oh, Mom, he's so cute. He looks like he's ready to go to school. She was like, oh, he's ready. And I was like, it just seems like there should be two of him. And she was like, she stopped and she turned around and she was like, there were two, like she literally looked at me in my eyes and she was like, there were two of him. He was a twin, and when she said that, I automatically knew. And I just like, my heart started to swell And I was like instantly praying for her and like, oh, and I was like, bless you. And I was like, yes. I was like, he is an angel. And I was like, you know what? His spirit is here. And she was like, thank you for that. You know what I mean? It was just, I don't know. My ears are ringing literally right now because maybe she needed that at that moment. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what made me say that to that lady. And I didn't know her from a can of paint. And she was in line in front of me. Like she didn't even know I was standing there. You know what I mean? So there's that. That's one. And then another one, I went into Wendy's. I don't know where I'm always like buying things, but I went into Wendy's one time and the lady who was working in there, I've seen this lady so many times too, because it was near a place that I frequented. And I would go to this Wendy's all the time. But this particular day, I said to her, I said, you remind me, I don't know what it is about you. You just remind me of Minnie Mouse. She stopped. She looked at me. She looked like to the left. She was like, because I'm in love with Minnie Mouse. She's like, I know you don't know, but I have Minnie Mouse everything. Like she literally was going down the gamut of how crazy she was about Minnie. And I was like, yeah, it's just your energy is giving me Minnie Mouse. But I was channeling her energy, you know what I mean? Without even knowing anything about her at all. So little things like that I find really fun. That kind of stands out to me. I like when things like that happen. I think that that's really cool. Also, one time I was doing a reading. I was actually doing, I was invited by another major YouTuber. I will not like name drop because I don't do that. But a major YouTuber had invited me to do readings for one of her groups, one of her like members only groups. She asked me if I would be the guest reader, okay? Because she would like invite different readers on a regular basis. And so this particular time she invited me to do readings and she asked me how much I charged and would I do readings for the group, and I agreed. And so we scheduled readings, and all I needed to do was to get the link from her. She would email it to me and just be there at a certain time. That's all I needed to do was show up. Okay. I didn't need to have any pre-knowledge of anybody. She was giving everyone my Cash App information and asking them to either, prepay or they can pay for their reading at the time of, the reading. You know what I mean? But she was doing all of the giving them my information, all the marketing pretty much. I was just providing her with whatever it was that I needed them to have. Right? All I needed to do was be on time. And she was not playing about that. So I did, and it was awesome. There were a lot of people in attendance. And I don't know if this was the first or the second time because I did it a few times with her, her group. But I think it may have been the first time. But when I joined the group, she was like, there's someone that wants you to do a reading. She was like, this person wants to remain anonymous. And I was like, that's cool. And then I don't know if I don't think she gave me a name. She didn't tell me the lady's name. She's like, the lady wants to ask a question. So the lady asked a question. I think she asked a couple of questions. And kid you not, when I got done answering the question, first of all, halfway through, there were like so many gasps. Like I could hear them gasping. You know what I mean? Like they were like, as I was talking, like as I was doing my reading. And the reading was wild. It was pretty out there, y'all. And I think I shared this on one of my conspiracy theory episodes. But the reading, and it's an anonymous one, but the reading was so, it was out there, it was wild, there were allegations, there were things that were going on in this reading, right? And it got really heavy. But when I got done with the reading, the YouTuber, she was like, Catherine, she was like, do you know who you just did a reading for? And she was like, because I don't think I shared with any information to you, did I? She was like, did y'all hear me say anything about who? And everybody was like, no, you didn't tell her. No, that was the whole point, was to not tell me or share any information, just kind of give me a couple of basic questions, kind of, and ask me what I saw. And what I said was so spot on and specific to the point where it literally had triggered the young lady that was asking me. And it turns out that the young lady that was asking me, turns out it's a big, huge situation that was huge, huge, huge in the media about a specific celebrity person that had done, that was connected to some nefarious people doing allegedly nefarious, and it wasn't no allegedly, this was proven, doing some bad things. Okay. And I literally broke it all down. They didn't even tell me what it was. They asked me very basic, very vague, very general questions. And the answers I gave them was literally down to the T as to exactly what happened. Literally. Like it was so specific, the things that I was saying, that it, like I said, I feel like it was a triggering reading. Okay. And that's why I keep it anonymous, because even though the situation is very public and this person has gone public, that reading to me was so invasive. It was so personal. And I'm not the type of person, I don't need clout or anything like that. Like I'll put things out there that are so general, and it's like, if you know, you know what I mean? There were other people that were there on that call that day. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it doesn't have the potential for being wide known, but I'm just not thirsty that I have to like interject myself in the middle of situations. But that was one that I was like, whoa. I didn't wake up and expect to be in it, doing this today. That was, yeah. So that was interesting. That kind of was also edifying for me. It was confirming for me of my gift as well. Okay. So, I mean, I might be new to this, but I've always been true to this, and I will remain true to this. Okay. So you can test me and test my energy by asking me a question, you guys, and you will be pleasantly surprised. I'm almost certain of it. And I have been told that I am highly accurate and spot on. That's all I can say. I mean, not going to toot my own horn, but I am going to toot my own horn because that's all I have. I'm the only person that can toot it. I'm the only person that can toot it. And well, my clients also have done reviews. Those are on my community tab. If you go to my main channel page and go to posts, and if you scroll through the post, I've got reviews that you guys can read and see for yourself what my clients have said about their readings that they have done with me. I've shared a few. There are a few on there. There may be some on the website. There may be some reviews on the website. But mostly if you go and check on the community post, you can see them there as well. So that's just a little information about me, you guys. Again, I'm available for personal readings. My books are open. I am very busy right now with moving and that. So I definitely am staying true to the schedule. So as soon as, my schedule is full and I'm not able to provide your reading within that 72-hour time frame, I will go and shut down the readings on my website, you guys. So don't worry. I'm not the type that is going to overbook myself and get backed up on readings and have people waiting for weeks and weeks and months. I think that that is bad business and not good etiquette. It doesn't feel right to me. And it just seems, like what's the point? I would rather turn the readings off than to literally sit and have people waiting with their questions. You know what I mean? Like there are other readers out there that are qualified and that do a great job. I would not want to hold somebody up. And I know sometimes some people don't want to go to anybody else. They just want, me to do their reading. Once they've had a reading with me, they typically come back. That's how I, develop my relationships, you guys. People don't just get one reading with me. If you book with me once, I am guaranteeing that you're booking with me at least 2 or 3 more times, unless it's a situation where some of you guys may win a reading with me. And then I know sometimes some people just kind of wait on that, and that's fine. I would, like, if I had the opportunity to be subscribed to a channel and participate in a drawing where I could potentially win a reading, every other week, I'm going to get in where I fit in. And if there's an emergency and I want to, get a reading, I will. If there's, but I'll still represent, I'll still like the videos. I will still get on here and share the videos. If I'm not getting readings, I'm still going to support the channel that I watch. That is what I call camaraderie. That's etiquette. That is like the least that one can do. You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? I don't know why people are afraid of hitting the like button. Why they are afraid of coming into the live. Like, I'm not going to know who you are just because you're in the building. You don't have to say anything. Hit the like button. You don't have to put a thing in the comments unless you want to. You know what I mean? Some people are weird like that. Some people are just here to be weird, and that's fine. Whatever floats your boat. The tornado sirens are going off right now. So I wonder where you guys are in your neck of the woods. Are there tornado warnings where you guys are? Anybody? definitely weather around the country, and it is no joke. It was crazy here a few days ago, and it's probably going to be crazy for the next 2 to 3 months because I live in Missouri where like you get all the seasons all year long, basically, except for the month of August, and it's just hell for everybody that month. Unless you're in August, but by September, it's either tornadoes or like an ice storm or something. Yeah, that is good old Missouri. Misery. Um, but that is who I am. That is who I be. So if you guys are interested in having a reading, you're more than welcome. Let's go ahead and do Cancer in all 12 signs real quick. I'll just do a quickie and I'll just do the oracle messages. All right. So Cancers in all 12 signs, Aries through Pisces. Cancer in all 12 signs, Aries through Pisces. All right, so Cancer's dealing with an Aries. Cancer is dealing with an Aries. So you have karmic ties and under the deck, twin flames. Okay, so there's definitely a situation where there's someone that you may have been on and off again with, more off than on, I feel. This person is coming back around. Okay, we have toxic lifestyle. Okay, so this is giving me toxic times 3. So you have someone that's coming back around. This person is wanting to rekindle a situation, but this person is toxic, or you see this person as being toxic. All right, Cancer is dealing with a Taurus. We have living in the moment and thug here under the deck. All right, so Cancers, if you're dealing with a Taurus, I feel like this is someone who is not your normal everyday person that you would connect with. It's not like your normal everyday person. This is someone who may be kind of like a bad boy, bad girl type energy. But it's almost like there's this chemical or passionate attraction or affection that you have for this person. I don't see it as being something that is going to last. Okay. I don't see it as being something that's going to last for very long. See, we have love hate here. So I feel like there's an energy of this person is coming around, and it's like you're going to have chemistry, a lot of chemistry with this person at first, but then things are going to change. This person is going to change and you're not going to like it. You know what I mean? It's going to turn you off very quickly. All right. Cancer is dealing with a Gemini. Ooh, we got feeling like ish here. Ooh, somebody is feeling like ish. So I don't know if you did something that you feel bad about or this person did something. Under the deck, we have too late. Okay, so it could be that this person stuck their neck out. Maybe this was someone that, showed you that they had feelings for you, and maybe you took your time, and by the time you came back around, this person had moved on, or vice versa. Okay. Cancer is dealing with another Cancer. Ooh, we got Jackass. Somebody is looking like a jackass. I don't know why, but somebody is looking like a clown right now. Under the deck, we got blocked, okay? And you are blocking this person. So, Cancer, if you're dealing with another Cancer, there's something this person did and they completely made themselves look really bad. And because of that, you ended up blocking them, okay? And not giving this person your energy. All right, moving on to Cancers dealing with a Leo. We have love message. Under the deck, we have mirroring here. Okay, so you are going to either get a message from a Leo, and this person is going to be letting you know that they have the same feelings that you do. Okay, or there is someone that is like pretty much like you're meeting your match. It's like an energy of there's someone that is going to be reaching out to you, right? But this person is coming in with energy that is very similar to yours. I don't know if this is going to either annoy you or this is going to really make you feel very much comfortable with this person, but there's a bit of, kind of mirroring the other person's energy when they reach out to you. All right, so moving on to Virgo. Cancer is dealing with a Virgo. We got bad credit, debt, and unemployed. And under the deck, we have funeral. So, Cancer, if you are dealing with a Virgo, I feel like there's an energy of this may be someone that kind of lost their credibility with you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's something that this person did and it's like you stop dealing with them. I feel like this person is going through some sort of a change, or this person is coming around wanting forgiveness or wanting to fix things, right? Definitely wanting to come and maybe bury the hatchet, okay, with this funeral energy coming through. All right, moving on to Libra. Cancer's dealing with the Libra. We have side hustle here. Under the deck, we got fairy tale, okay? So Cancer, if you're dealing with a Libra, this person is trying to sell you some sort of a dream here. And this person also is perhaps got someone that they're messing with on the side. It also could be an illusion of this person is lying or telling you that they're going off to work. And instead, this person is going off and getting with a third party. Okay. So watch that, Libra. All right. Okay. Moving on to Cancer and Scorpio. We got shady. Okay, sneaky Scorpio. We got shady. Not all Scorpios, but this one is. Under the deck, not happy. All right, so Cancers, if you're dealing with a Scorpio, you are basically finding out that this is not the person you thought they were. Okay, and you are not going to be happy about it. Like, you're going to get some information about this Scorpio that's going to like show you their true colors. Okay, and it's going to put you in, you're going to feel some type of way. All right, moving on to Sagittarius. Cancer is dealing with the Sagittarius. We have goodbye. Oh, under the deck, I miss you. Aw, that's why I said, oh, I just feel like bad. It's an energy of someone had to say goodbye that didn't want to say goodbye, or there's an energy of someone that you said goodbye to is really missing you right now, or you may be really missing someone. All right. Oh, sorry. Moving on to Capricorn. Cancer is dealing with a Capricorn. We have fake busy. And under the deck, we have trap. Okay. So, Cancers, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, it's like this person does not want to be like committed. Like this person doesn't want to commit to anything, or they don't want to be like bogged down. There's an energy of this person may act like they have like all this stuff to do. You know what I mean? If they feel like you want some sort of commitment, or if there's something that you're wanting them to do, it's like this person is coming up with reasons why they're unavailable. Or they may, or there's an energy of this person is feeling like they're being trapped, or like they're going to be stuck in a commitment. So this person is not committing to anything. It's like, yeah, they're all over the place. You know what I mean? They don't want to give the illusion of somebody who's ready to settle down, is what I'm getting. Okay. Moving on to Aquarius. Cancer is dealing with an Aquarius. We got rejected. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a no here. Underneath the deck, look, moving on, letting go. Okay. Loving you, free. Okay. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius, or you were dealing with an Aquarius, I feel like this is someone that you have moved on from, and you are not looking for this person to come back around. Like you said no to this person for a reason. Okay. Yeah. You are loving you right now. You had to let go of this person in order to love you. So this was someone that, was hurtful or toxic or abusive. All right. Moving on to Pisces. Cancer is dealing with a Pisces. Ooh, we got psycho. Okay. Crazy ex. Obsessed, won't let go. Under the deck, GPS. All right. Just move. Just get out of there. Just don't ask any questions. Go straight to the nearest police station. Pisces. Cancers, if you're dealing with the Pisces, run. Because this psycho is looking you up on their GPS system. They are trying to find out where you are. Okay. They don't want to let go. It's a crazy ex situation. And, it's just not going to be anything that you want. Okay. Just telling you. So there it is, all 12 signs. And I hope that resonates with your energy. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Those of you who were winners, congratulations. I hope that you email me to claim your prizes and book your readings, okay? If you want, you can email me your questions, send them to queencancertarot@gmail.com. If you would like to book a reading with me, go to the link. It's in the description box below. Okay. It's also on the ticker, but it's in the description box below. I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye.